Have you ever wondered if wealth can really buy wisdom? It's a question that's as old as time, echoing through history and across cultures. We see people with fortunes and influence, but does that mean they automatically possess insight, good judgment, or the ability to make the right call when it matters most? Sure, money can buy power, comfort, and a seat at almost any table. It can open doors, smooth over problems, and make life easier in 1,000 ways. But wisdom, that's a whole different story, one that can't be bought, no matter how deep your pockets are. Let me take you back to ancient Israel, to a time of kings and prophets, where a remarkable woman's story is quietly tucked away in the pages of 1 Samuel. Her name was Abigail, and her life is a powerful answer to our question. Abigail is one of those rare figures who shows us that wisdom isn't just about what you know, or even what you own. It's about what you do when the pressure is on, when the stakes are high, and when your choices could change everything. In moments of crisis, true wisdom shines brightest. Picture this. Abigail is married to Nabal, a man whose wealth is matched only by his foolishness and arrogance. Their home is filled with luxury, but the atmosphere is tense because Nabal's reputation for being brash and unwise is well known. Out in the wilderness, David, yes, that David, the future king and the legendary giant slayer, has been protecting Nabal's shepherds and flocks from harm. He and his men have shown nothing but kindness and restraint. They've kept the peace, expecting only a little hospitality in return. But when David sends messengers to ask for food and shelter, Nabal responds with insults and sends them away empty-handed, refusing even the smallest gesture of gratitude. Big mistake. David, feeling deeply wronged and dishonored, is furious. He arms his men and sets out for vengeance, ready to wipe out Nabal and his household. But here's where Abigail steps in, and everything changes. She hears about the impending disaster, and instead of panicking or hiding, she immediately springs into action. Abigail doesn't waste a moment. She gathers an extravagant gift, baskets overflowing with food, wine, and provisions, enough to feed an army and show respect. She knows that generosity and humility can sometimes do what swords cannot. With her servants, Abigail bravely rides out to meet David, risking her own safety to prevent a bloodbath. She chooses to face danger head-on, guided by wisdom and compassion. Now, Abigail could have relied on her wealth alone. She could have stayed behind her walls, surrounded by luxury, hoping the problem would just disappear or that someone else would fix it. She could have let fear or comfort keep her from acting, choosing safety over courage. But Abigail understood something deeper. Money has limits, and sometimes it can even blind us to what really matters. Wisdom, true wisdom, means seeing the bigger picture, understanding the consequences of your actions, and having the courage to do what's right, even when it's hard. When Abigail meets David, she bows low, showing humility and respect, but she also speaks with remarkable courage and clarity. She pleads for her husband's life, but she also calls David to a higher standard, reminding him that true greatness isn't found in revenge, but in mercy and self-control. Her words are wise, thoughtful, and full of insight. Her speech is so powerful that David stops in his tracks. He listens, really listens, and realizes she's right. In that moment, Abigail's wisdom saves lives and changes the course of history. David blesses her for her insight and accepts her gift. Disaster is averted, and Abigail's courage and wisdom are remembered for generations. So, can wealth buy wisdom? The answer is clear in Abigail's story. Wealth can buy you resources, comfort, and opportunities, but wisdom is something else entirely. Money might give you the tools, the access, and the chance to make a difference, but wisdom is a choice, a way of seeing and acting that goes far beyond what you own. Abigail had resources, yes, but what truly set her apart was her heart, her courage, and her deep understanding of what really matters in life. She chose wisdom over comfort, action over fear. Her story is a timeless reminder. No matter what you have, it's how you use it that counts. Wisdom isn't about possessions. It's about choices, character, and the courage to do what's right. In the end, wisdom isn't for sale. It's something you live every day in the decisions you make and the way you treat others. Abigail's tale invites us all to seek wisdom, not just wealth, and to remember that the richest life is one guided by understanding, compassion, and courage.